From the Sin City, Las Vegas, Nevada, it's Dale and Scott.
Jesus Christ, are we doing this again?
We are.
Do I have a say-so in this matter?
You do not. Come on, aren't you excited? We're kicking off season 12 today. We've now spent over 12 years and untold hundreds and hundreds of hours podcasting.
I want some of those hundreds of hours back.
You're so funny.
I try.
Well, the listeners do like you best, you know, Dale.
Duh.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's a new season from an old town in a new secret studio. This is the Swish Edition.
From their secret underground studio, this is the Swish Edition.
I got a mouthful for you guys.
Dale and Scott are in the studio on the mics, and they fired up the antenna.
It has to come whether you like it or not.
And if you're willing to show it, they'll take a picture of it.
I actually think I might throw.
Ladies and gentlemen, and everyone else in between, here are your new best friends. They're your
It's
hosts,
very exciting for me because this is the best show ever made.
Dale and Scott.
Wow. Seems like we've been gone for a really long time. Lots happened. A lot's happened since we were last here. I'm super glad to be back talking to you guys. I know that some of you missed us. If you're listening to this episode, I guess you missed us. Although I think there are a few new people listening because
We've talked about it.
I've been talking up the show with strangers, which you don't love when I do that. But I made some friends, this new couple that just moved to Vegas from California. They were sitting next to us at our new watering hole, and they may be listening because I gave her my card.
And also the waitress.
Yeah, so
They didn't know we did it, so...
no, we now split our time. We now split our time between our horse ranch and the bar. So I'm excited about that. Dale and I bought a horse ranch. Believe it or not, we moved from southern Delaware, where we lived for the last 19 months, and that's where we did our podcast from. And now we're in a new studio in a brand new house on a horse ranch, literally across the street from our old house where we used to live here in Vegas.
If you stand outside, you can see the roof of the old house.
It's crazy. We love this part of town. We
love this neck of the woods.
We're in the South Valley. If you guys know Vegas at all, if you know where the Strip and the airport is, we're about 7 miles south of there. And we always say it's 2.5 songs to get to the Strip.
Yeah, if you know anything about southern Nevada, we're about less than a mile away from the South Point.
There you go. We can actually see the South Point from our backyard.
Yeah.
And if you lean over a little bit, you can see Mandalay Bay.
Well, the cool thing is at nighttime, you could actually go stand out in the middle of our street, which isn't terribly a busy street. It's a nice, quiet street. And at nighttime, not today because of dust.
Yeah.
But you can see the whole strip lit up. It's really cool.
Yeah, we're actually having a major dust storm that came in from Southern California, and it's now here, and it's been so windy today with gusts 50 to 70 miles an hour.
Can't see anything.
Everything is covered in dust and sand and dirt, and it's been lovely. And we came here for the good weather.
Well, the weather's been decent.
The weather is pretty frigging amazing here, and even when it gets to be 118 degrees in the summer, I'd rather be here than somewhere where it rains.
Right.
We don't need no rain
Or that nasty humidity.
That's right.
I keep telling people I'd rather take our 110 any day than 90 days on the east, than a 90-degree day on the East Coast.
Exactly.
Because it is miserable.
I know. People say they don't want to come here in the summer because it's so damn hot, but everything is air conditioned. You spend the majority of your time inside, and when you're outside, it's a very dry heat. It's almost like walking through an oven. Isn't that attractive?
Yeah.
Don't come here in August. And that's exactly when your family's coming. So,
It's birthday.
I don't know what's wrong with
You
them.
can't reschedule a birthday.
All right, so we're back for episode 356. I can't believe that we've done that many, and we're starting today, season 12. 12 years Dale and I have been podcasting, so Pretty crazy. A dozen years at the mic. Fun, right?
Fun. Great times.
Yeah. Some of this week's news might be a little stale. It's because I've been writing stuff down for the whole 6-8 weeks we were gone. And there are things that I wanted to talk about and, things that came up while we were gone. Obviously, there's tons and tons of stories we missed, like Dolly Parton trying to bow out of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and they basically told her it was too late. There's so many stories that we missed talking about.
Yeah.
That we would have talked about if we had been doing the show every week. So if you guys already know the stories, now you're just getting our take on it. Anyway, we got to start where we are. We're back in Sin City. We're back in Las Vegas. So happy to be here. One of the things that you guys might notice, especially our regular listeners who are used to listening to us, I know that Shannon Kopp down there in Virginia Beach, Virginia, likes to listen to us on her lunch break on Tuesdays. She might not be able to do that anymore. She might have to wait till Wednesday because we're on the West Coast. I edit the show and post it on Tuesday mornings, which the morning here is the afternoon there. So we promised the show will be up by noon West Coast time. It'll be up by 3 p.m. East Coast time every Tuesday. So there you go. Something a little different about us being on the West Coast. Anyway, let's start with Las Vegas news and Las Vegas stuff since that's where we are. Dale, super excited. I know you're excited about this. I think you're on board with me on this one because we think the kids have taken over Las Vegas. And super thrilled to find out that the El Cortez, which is one of the oldest properties in town, down in, what do they call that, downtown, right off of Fremont Street, they've announced that they are now 21 and over.
Hooray.
For both the hotel and the casino.
Yeah.
So, pretty cool. And we would like to see more casinos.
All of them.
Do that.
All of them.
The first one that started here in Vegas was a new property that opened a couple years ago called Circa, which is also beautiful, beautiful hotel right down there, right off of Fremont Street. And you literally, when you walk in the front door, you have to show your ID to a security guard.
Yeah.
And if you're not 21, you ain't getting in. And man, it changes the dynamic inside.
Well, I was telling you, I went out this morning and did a little gambling at one of the strip casinos. And it's just screaming kids. It was constant this morning.
It's ridiculous. Why? I could say this till I'm blue in the face, but why do you bring your kids to Las Vegas? It's not a town for kids. I wish it wasn't. I wish they weren't allowed anywhere near the casinos. There should be walkways like around the edge that they can walk around, not through.
Well, we know people who work in that, and they're supposed to stay on the carpet path and continue to move and not pause and stop. But that never happens.
Never happens.
I mean, I've literally seen kids sit in their parents' lap playing
a slot machine.
Machines.
It's not right. Not right. This is why we go to the bar, which is a little off-strip locals place. It's just about 1 mile from our front door, which we love. We love everyone that works there, and it's the kind of place where you can get good food, get a good drink, and you can sit at the bar, and around the bar on 3 sides, they have those in-counter Game Kings, basically.
Video poker
slots, and Keno. And we've done really well there. We've done really bad there. But the good thing is, because we've done so bad, we never pay for drinks or food.
There you go.
It's not free. It's just we're not paying extra for that stuff. I don't know if you guys know, across the street from the Rio and just slightly off strip is a place called the Palms, which became very famous with celebrities when it first opened. They also filmed a season of The Real World there on MTV.
That's when I think it became really, really, really popular.
Yeah. It's got the Ghost Bar up on top.
Because if you're visiting the Strip in Las Vegas, it's not an easy place to get to. You got to take a cab. Or, I mean, you can walk there, but it's not going to be a fun walk.
Oh, no, don't walk. Don't walk. No, that's not a good thing. But you could take an Uber or a Lyft. Yeah,
it's not an easy place to get to.
Or you could stay there, and it is kind of a fun place. And it is reopening finally, April 27th. It's been closed since the beginning of the pandemic, and since then, it's changed hands. It's now owned by the very first Native American tribe to own and operate a casino hotel in Vegas.
Yeah,
which is surprising.
It's kind of cool because everything here is owned by big corporations.
Right before the pandemic happened, the Palms spent $600 million on a huge renovation, and now the Native Americans have spent another several $1 million kind of freshening up the place.
Let's hope they keep that shark.
They have a whole new casino layout. Yeah, the 3-piece contemporary artwork by Damien Hirst in the Unknown Bar. It's a 13-foot long tiger shark divided into 3 parts within a steel tank. It's actually really, really cool. If you guys don't know about it, you should check it out. It's a super cool installation. It's a real shark. Did you know that?
Yeah.
Cut into 3 pieces.
Yeah.
And it's hanging above the bar.
Yeah.
In a tank.
We went and saw it.
I've seen it. It's very cool.
Yeah, it's very nice.
You guys should go too. Did you know there's a suite there that has its own basketball court and another one that has a 98-inch television screen?
I'm wondering if they're going to continue to advertise that one particular room and says like the Real World Suite. I don't know if they're still doing that. I mean, that's been years and years and years ago.
I don't know that it would be cool to anybody anymore. Maybe for people like us in their 40s and 50s who remember the Real World in its heyday. Another really cool thing that's happening in Vegas, but not for a year and a half, is Formula One street racing is coming to the Strip. And
I think this is cool as shit.
This is going to be in November of 2023. They're going to close down the entire Strip. They're going to race down from the Wynn all the way down to Mandalay Bay and then around the back. They're going to go around something like 90 times.
Yeah.
And I'm sure there's going to be grandstands set up and people can sit and watch.
I bet we're going to be able to hear it from here.
Oh, for sure. It's loud.
Loud.
You know, they do this in Monaco, they do it in Miami, and now they're going to be doing it.
I know. You've seen those on TVs in Monaco, especially with
right downtown.
Just a great backdrop of that fucking country. It's so cool.
How cool is this going to be to watch on TV, but how extraordinary is it going to be to watch it live?
It's weird.
I think we need to get down there somehow.
Yeah.
We do a staycation.
It's fun, and I'm not a big sports fan, but the city's becoming more and more and more sports-oriented, and it's fun to see.
Absolutely.
I mean, there's a whole new arena that's being talked about to try to bring basketball here.
Yeah, and they're trying to get baseball here. We have a super popular hockey team. We've got a brand new football team. I mean, we're becoming sports central here.
Yeah.
And Formula One racing, if it's popular and brings money to the Strip,
cool.
then
see those cars go so fast.
Yeah, it could happen again and again, which is cool. Cirque du Soleil, which is one of our favorite companies, they have a new show coming to New York, which is right there on the Strip. It's called Mad Apple. It's kind of cool. I thought it was Bad Apple. I think I was calling it Bad Apple for a long time, but it's Mad Apple. It's kind of a cross between Cirque du Soleil and Opium and Absinthe, if you guys know those shows, which are here. It's described as a cocktail of music, comedy, magic, and mayhem that puts New York City nightlife under the Las Vegas lights. 6 different acts. Musicians, dancers, comedians, magicians, blah, 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 blah. I think it's kind of fun. I'm looking forward to it.
If it's anything like the Opium and Absinthe that we've seen, you need to go with an open mind, and you cannot be a person who is easily offended.
No. Absinthe is at Caesars, Opium is at the Cosmopolitan, and literally, if you will be offended.
Yeah.
Or you shouldn't be offended, but
and
if
some things are just plain out gross. Remember that banana slice that the actors were
spitting back and forth into their mouths?
It was like 20 times back and forth. This banana slice was
But they do
nasty.
They do racist jokes. They do all kinds of stuff. That's Opium and Absinthe. I don't know that Mad Apple is going to be that gross or risque, but we'll find out. I would love to go to it. Previews start May 12th. Tickets start at $49. That's not too bad.
No.
And then the premiere, when they officially open, is May 26th.
Well, we should go.
Yeah, I'm excited about it. This is taking place in the old theater where Zumanity used to be. Zumanity was there for years and years. That was a fun show, too. Kind of more a burlesque, booby kind of show.
Well, we also still have to go to the Bellagio to see the Mayfair Supper Club.
Literally, Dale, you have no idea. I have a list going on my phone of all the things I want to do.
Yeah.
All the restaurants I want to go to, all the shows I want to go to.
But that I want to go with. Like Jacqueline comes to mind, but we need another person to go because I think she'd really appreciate that because this is a dress-up dinner.
Yeah.
It'd be a lot of fun.
Our friend Avi and his boyfriend Tom, they just recently did that, so we should talk to them before we go. Excited about that. And then finally, Las Vegas news. This is really fun. You saw this. Ladybugs. We're talking about ladybugs.
Well, it was weird that I saw a ladybug story in the news twice in one day.
There were two different stories. That's right. So Resorts World, which is one of our newest, hugest, biggest, craziest resort hotel right across the street from the Wynn.
It has the largest screen.
Outdoor LED screen on the side of their building.
Yeah.
Like 60 stories tall. It's something ridiculous.
Yeah, it's crazy.
You could see it from miles around. You probably could see it from here.
Yeah.
Anyway, Resorts World released 100,000 ladybugs outside of their resort. Ladybugs are known to prey on plant-eating insects like aphids, mites, and leafhoppers. What the fuck is a leafhopper?
I don't know what a leafhopper is.
A resort spokesperson says the release would help minimize its use of pesticides, which is actually a really good thing.
Yeah.
And would benefit the Las Vegas Valley as the ladybugs can travel up to 75 miles away to eat their whatever.
I'm so excited. The reason why I'm excited about this is because I was talking about, starting this whole garden project.
You do. I want you to.
We got a thing in the mail from one of the larger nurseries here in the city.
Star Nursery.
And with every qualifying purchase, you got a little packet of 150 ladybugs.
How do they
in a little baggie, and you bring them home?
How do they package these ladybugs so that
I
they
have
live?
No idea.
I assume some of them don't make it.
Food in there.
There's got to be something in there for them to live
crazy.
off of. But they're supposed to be really good for everything. So I mean, and they're pretty and they're fun and they're supposed to be lucky if they land on you.
Yeah,
they don't bite.
No.
You don't have to be scared of them. Anyway, there's 100,000 new ones. Where do they get them? They breed them somewhere?
I don't know.
It's kind of fun. All right, we're going to leave Las Vegas now and go to, I don't know where he is, because I think he moved to Texas. Elon Musk, now the largest shareholder of Twitter. And we just found out this past weekend that he's not going to sit on the board.
Oh.
Elon, you guys know him. He started Tesla and he now goes to the moon or something. I don't know, outer space. He bought 9% of the company and the stock surged at the announcement. Of course, it's leveled off now a little bit.
Yeah.
I looked it up. 9% of the company is worth about $3.4 billion. It's a big company.
Chunk of change.
Where does Twitter make its money from? Because I go to Twitter every now and then, and I don't see anything like asking me for money. Is there ads on there?
There's ads on there, and they also have a premium subscription now that you can subscribe to and do lots of new things.
Like what? Nude things?
New things.
Oh, new things. You caught my attention there with nude. Anyway, Elon's not going to be on the board. He was supposed to be originally. They offered, I guess when they found out that he owned 9% of the company, which is the largest, he owns more than anyone else.
Yeah, he has a majority share.
No, it's not a majority, but he owns more shares than anyone else. He only owns 9%. Yeah. He'd have to own 51 to have a majority.
Yeah.
Anyway, but they offered him a appointment on the board and he said no. He said he's got other shit to do. So. But they're still going to listen to him, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Anyone who owns that much of a company gets listened to. As usual, dogs are now entered our studio. So we have no rugs, so all we hear all day is click, 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 click.
Up on the housetop, doggy paws.
KFC, Kentucky Fried Chicken, has a new 11-course tasting menu. Actually, this is one of those things that's a little old news now, but we talk about this kind of stuff on the show, so I had to talk about it. Last week, an Australian KFC teamed up with local top chefs to create an 11-course dinner featuring the chain's iconic foods, but with a twist. They charged $75 per person for people to go to this dinner. There was a huge waiting list. Like, everybody wanted to go, right?
It's just stupid and new and crazy.
Courses included wicked wings cooked on charcoal fire, sauces decorated on a plate to create the Colonel's face, popcorn chicken floating in celery soup. There was a mushroom gnocchi. I'm not sure how that is. Kentucky Fried Chicken. And then an original recipe drumstick dusted with gold flakes. I guess that's a fun thing.
I guess.
KFC 11-course tasting menu. That seems like something that should be on their menu every day.
Every day.
Because I'm sure the average person that goes to KFC is going to plop down $75 for an 11-course meal.
We would.
I don't know. I don't know if I would. I still want to get you to go to Joel Roberson Atelier by Joel Roberson at MGM Grand. That's so fun. You sit right at the bar and you watch them make all the food, and then they just give you stuff. You don't order. You can't order. There's no menu. You get what they make. It's almost Easter. Easter is this next Sunday. And Brock's, the company that makes jelly beans. You guys know this. They came out with a late night taco truck jelly bean package exclusively at Target for $2.99. It's obviously a limited release because that's what these things always are.
I find this funny because these types of ingredients are something that you find from like Jelly Belly, not from Brock's.
Right. I think Brock's is trying to compete maybe with Jelly Belly. Here are the flavors that are in this late night taco truck bag. You got margarita, churro, salsa, guacamole, beef taco, and horchata. The fuck is horchata?
I don't know. The only one I want to eat is the margarita one.
I want to try this beef taco jelly bean. Who wants to eat a beef taco jelly bean?
Who wants to eat the throw-up flavored jelly bean from Jelly Belly? They make them. It's gross.
On a regular basis, or was that a PR stunt?
No, you can go buy it.
Last year, Brock's released Thanksgiving dinner candy corn. That was another PR stunt of theirs. It doesn't always work, though. I will reference Purdue's frozen turkey Thanks Nuggets, which we've talked about on the show. We talked about it last November. I went out to Walmart where it was exclusively sold, bought a bag. We brought it home. I cooked them up, and they were disgusting.
Horrible.
They were not even edible. So I don't know why these companies do it. I think they just do it so that we will talk about them, you know? People will get excited about stupid stuff. I don't know, but I guess margarita flavored jelly beans could stick around. And churros are good.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if I want guacamole or beef taco.
No, I don't want any of that.
Put them in your mouth at the same. Put salsa, guacamole, and beef taco in your mouth at the same time.
Right, that's what you're supposed to do, I think.
Then why bother going to Taco Bell?
Right.
And get it all right there in a bean. Airbnb totally needs to get over itself. I've been reading article after article after article about this. Now, you just most recently stayed in 4 Airbnbs.
Yeah.
One after another, as you cross the country with the dogs. Mm-hmm. I should tell them that story first. I really lucked out this year because, not this year, we're not doing this ever again. I'm acting like this is a regular well, it has been a regular thing. We keep fucking moving.
I know.
I mean, the majority of this office where we're sitting right now, we're not in our permanent studio yet. The studio is not ready, but we're sitting in my office and it's mostly boxes.
It's very hot in here.
There's no airflow today.
I know, and these lights are hot.
Oh, we can turn the lights off if you want. I told you I need a ceiling fan in here. I need lots of things. Anyway, so Dale and Jacqueline, who's been on the show before, his best girlfriend, they drove across the country with Sticks and Charlie, our 2 dogs, and I got to stay in Delaware and deal with the packing and the loading and the moving and the cleaning, and then I got to get on a one-way flight and fly to Vegas. So it took them 4.5 days to get here. It took me 4.5 hours.
Right.
And I beat them here. Even though I did all that while they were gone, I beat them here by about half a day. And I was here to welcome them to the new house.
We could have beat you here.
You could have.
That would have been a long-ass day for us.
It would have been a very long day. Anyway, so Dale, because they had the 2 dogs and a bunch of shit, they stayed in Airbnbs every night. And overall, was it a good experience?
It wasn't bad. No, there was... Other than not being able to open that door that one time, everything was just perfectly fine. And the last one, the house was really, 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 really nice. But it was a very in the country, Flagstaff, in the country, and it was dark, and the yard was way too big for the dog. So that was the only issue.
And you said the yard had snakes in it.
Yeah, but no traffic issues. None of that weird shit that we saw on our first trip back. Remember we had to call the cops that one time because of that
guy that was driving erratically.
Just crazy.
Yeah. Anyway, we've had a couple bad Airbnb experiences, but most of them have been good.
Yes.
But people are complaining in record numbers now and choosing hotels over Airbnbs because of excessive charges and over-the-top rules and regulations that are popping up. And, people are saying, if I'm paying $600 a night, how dare you charge me a $125 cleaning fee on top of that?
Right.
I
totally agree.
And if I'm paying $600 a night and a cleaning fee on top of that, why am I expected to take out the trash, strip the beds, start the dishwasher, not wear my shoes in the house, etc., etc., etc.? I mean, the rules are ridiculous.
Stupid.
Do you remember the checklist I went through when we stayed in Charlotte?
Yeah.
Strip the beds, put all the towels in the tub, take the trash out, start the dishwasher. It's like, why am I doing all this when I just spent all this money to stay in your fucking house?
Right.
You do it.
You do it. That's what you're getting paid for to do.
Well, this is why people are pissed off and they're starting to go back to hotels. One guy complained that he stayed 5 nights and spent $1,500 at this hotel, at Airbnb somewhere. And then he got a bad review by the owner because he accidentally left a few dishes in the sink after he paid a $400 cleaning fee.
I would have lost my shit over that.
I would have sued his ass into next week. His ass would have been in next week because it's not fair.
If I'm paying a $400 cleaning fee, I ain't doing shit.
Also, I purposely didn't send, because I booked the Airbnbs for Dale, and I purposely didn't send him to a couple places because they said, just want to let you know there are security cameras everywhere and we will be watching you. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? I'm paying to stay in your house and you're going to be watching me?
Yeah.
No.
It's coming to the point, it was a nice service while it lasted.
We're all for property rights, but because of short-term rentals in many cities, people are getting priced out of home ownership because of these. Because the owners can make so much more money renting on a nightly basis instead of monthly or yearly to
And
renters.
Let's be clear, we've only did Airbnbs because we had dogs.
Yeah, otherwise we'd rather stay in a hotel that has.
And after 8 hours, 9 hours, 10 hours of driving, the last thing you want to do is put a leash on the dog and walk them 3 or 4 times before you have to go to bed.
Or have him bark every time someone walks down the hall or closes a door somewhere. Anyway, I'd much rather stay in a hotel, to tell you the truth. They have employees that can deal with stuff. They have room service. They have bars and restaurants. And they're usually pretty cozy. And you don't have to fucking clean up after yourself.
Exactly.
When's the last time you took the trash out when you stayed in a hotel?
I didn't. Never.
Fuck you, Airbnb. How can we not talk about uneven cancellation? I want to talk about this because I think it's just kind of stupid, and it came up recently. I wasn't going to talk about this. I totally, because everyone's been talking about Will Smith and the Oscar slap till they're blue in the face, and I realize that this news is 2 weeks old, and so we're not giving you that news. You know what happened. You know what the penalties were. Will Smith still won the best Oscar. He's getting to keep his Oscar, even though he can't go to the Oscars for the next 10 years.
Right.
Which I actually thought was a ridiculous, literally a slap in the face, because he already resigned from the Academy. So he resigned from the Academy, which means he's not eligible for an Oscar anymore.
No, that's not what I heard.
Oh, is that not the case?
That he's not welcome to attend the ceremony, but he's still eligible to be nominated and win. Which
Really?
This is just bullshit.
But if he resigned from the Academy, why would they nominate him? He's not a member. You have to be a member, don't you? Oh, maybe you're not a member until you win.
I thought you were.
Fuck if I know.
I don't know. I don't know.
I don't really care about this stuff.
No.
So anyway, I think he's paid, and I think he did apologize. He's apologized to everyone and their mother, and he's apologized to Chris, and he did resign, which I thought was the right thing to do. So I thought it was kind of crappy that they gave him a 10-year ban, which seemed a little ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yes, he did something horrible, but it's not like he killed a baby or something on national TV. I mean, that would be horrible. But here's the thing. How do you say his name? Louis or Louis? Louis C.K.?
Louis C.K.
The stand-up comic, and he had a sitcom for a while on TV. He won a Grammy 2 Sundays ago. This is after he admitted that he was a serial sexual abuser, a harasser. Not only was he accused of it, he admitted that he was one and had done all this stuff that he was accused of doing. But he still won a Grammy 2 Sundays ago. Yet, someone like Chris Noth, who is one of my favorite actors, he's been on Law and Order, he's been on Sex and the City, he was on, just most recently, the Equalizer reboot with the girl.
The girl.
She's a black rapper who became an actress.
Oh, Queen Latifah.
Queen Latifah. He's been fired from everything. Fired from the Equalizer, edited out of And Just Like That, which is the second Sex and the City reboot. Only because all of this because of 2 allegations that were sexual harassment allegations that were made that are unprovable and that he denies and that happened dozen years ago. But he's already been canceled completely. But Louis C.K. can win his Grammy. Will Smith can keep his Oscar. But Chris Noth is fired and edited out of everything because of 2 allegations.
Oh my God.
I'm not even drunk. I'm not
allegations.
even...
Allegations.
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 Allegations. Anyway, it just seems so uneven, and
It's always been that way.
but it's so unfair.
It's stupid.
They say for a while there, they were saying, I believe women, you always have to believe women. But if it's something that happened 12 years ago and it's unprovable, I don't understand how his entire career is ruined over that. It can't be ruined over that.
No, there's a big problem with that.
It's not fair. Anyway, I don't know with a solution. There might be one.
I don't have one.
I don't have one either. Dale and I are digging period pieces of late, which actually surprises me that he likes them as much as he does, because he never wanted to watch Downton Abbey with me, but I think you enjoyed the first movie.
I did.
You got a kick out of it.
Yeah.
So, but most recently, we watched the first season of Bridgerton last year, and you enjoyed that.
Mm-hmm.
This summer, we've been... is it summer? What month is it? No, I guess it was this winter we were watching The Gilded Age on HBO.
Yes.
Which is kind of a late 1800s in New York City.
Yeah.
Like the Vanderbilts and that kind of stuff. That's kind of fun. And now what we're watching right now is we're catching up on season 2 of Bridgerton. And that's fun too. That's the early 1800s.
Yeah. The fun thing about Gilded Age is that every once in a while you'll hear names, like J.P. Morgan and Chase and Vanderbilt. So you'll hear hints of those names every once in a while. It's kind of fun to watch.
But I like the costumes, and I like the way they talk, and the ridiculous societal things that they deal with, and
these coming out parties, and
the fact that the girls have coming out parties when they turn 16, 18, whatever.
I know.
And then they become available, and then they're up for grabs to be married.
Right.
It's
all
just
about
so
getting
ridiculous.
Married and, it's weird.
And then, there's just, in the Gilded Age, this is one woman who's just completely, even though she's one of the richest women in New York City, completely ostracized from society because she
She's new money.
No, well, I wasn't talking about her. I was talking about the other one who.
Oh,
yeah, it was like she had sex with her husband before they got married.
Outside of marriage.
Yeah, and then everyone knew about it, so they just won't ever let her in
right.
because of that, even though she's perfectly lovely and
such a great series.
So
I
great.
actually prefer that over Bridgerton.
I'm digging Bridgerton season 2.
No, I am too, but
even though it's very predictable, we know exactly what's going to happen. But
I think Gilded Age is better.
And Gilded Age is coming back for a second season. Excited about that. It's got 2 of my favorite people in it. Christine Baranski, who's been in everything. The Birdcage, which I can watch. I've seen The Birdcage 100 times. She's in that.
Yep.
And then Cynthia Nixon from Sex and the City. She's in that too. And a bunch of new people who outshine both of them, I think, actually.
Yeah.
Even though they're the 2 top billed stars.
I love it.
So Gilded Age is coming back for season 2. Bridgerton has already been renewed for season 3. So excited about both those. Check them out, guys. Netflix and HBO. If you don't have them, you're stupid. I don't know what's wrong with you. And I want to just talk about this. I'm not going to talk about the last thing, but I want to talk about this and then we'll leave you. Bennifer 2.0 is happening. I cannot believe that Ben Affleck and Jennifer Aniston. No, that would be crazy. Wouldn't that be that would be a nice couple?
Would it?
Ben Affleck and J-Lo, Jennifer Lopez, have announced that they're engaged. They're getting married.
Again,
they're engaged. They've never got married before, but she's been married like 8 times and he's been married a couple times. Why can't they just pull a Goldie and a Kurt and just stop. Just live together.
Yeah.
Because J-Lo, every time she gets married, it ends in divorce.
Right.
So it's not good.
What are you going to do?
I guess we're...
Nothing, because I don't care that much about it.
We got engaged at 9 in the morning. We got married at 11. Our engagement was really short.
That is true.
Anyway. So glad to be back. I guess this was kind of a show on the shorter side. 38 minutes still.
What?
Yeah. Well, it'll be less after I cut out the stupid stuff. Wait.
Whole show?
If I cut it out the stupid stuff, there'd be nothing left.
Right?
Cut it out. What is wrong with me today? I can't talk.
Say that word again.
Which word?
One that starts with an A.
I don't even remember what word it was that I couldn't say. Allegations. Allegations. All right, so what's up with Binge Bomb, your show about streaming media? Is that back this Friday?
No.
When is it coming back?
As soon as I get my computer.
Okay. So sometime soon?
Sometime soon.
We're excited about it. There's a lot to talk about.
Well, there's a lot we missed, but yeah, there's lots that's happened.
Yeah. All right, well, welcome back to our Sin City broadcast of the 12th season of the Swish Edition. We'll be back again next Tuesday. Bye, Dale.
Bye. Jesus Christ, are we doing this again?
We are.
Do I have a say in this matter?
A say? A say so.